Hello and a very happy new year to all my dear students. You all know my name, but still, my name is Teja Smitha. And today, because of this COVID situation, we are not able to have face to face learning, but still, you can listen to me and you can watch me. And if any queries or any doubts, you can message me or email me, and I can get back to you as soon as I can. Until then, we will just keep learning online. So let's begin with our today's topic. Today we are going to review on our lesson rocks and rock cycle. So let's start. Before moving to our lesson, let's see what are the objective of today's lesson. So after watching today's video, you will be able to recall the vocabulary learned during a lesson rock, as well as recall the types of rock, what is rock cycle, and the formation process of each type of a rock. Here are the few of the keywords which we are going to focus for our today's lesson. Let's begin with our first keyword, that is rocks. That is the name of our topic. We can see rocks everywhere. Minerals. Minerals, rocks are made up of more than one mineral. Magma, inside the volcano is magma, and when the magma comes out, it's called lava. When the magma is out of the volcano, it's called lava. And Earth's crust, this is the outer layer of the Earth, and it is covered by rocks. Mantle is the layer below the Earth's crust. Outer core, below the mantle is the outer core. Inner core is the center of the Earth. Fossils are the remains of plants and animals which are found in formation of some rocks, inside some rocks. Igneous rocks. We will see how are they formed later on. This is one of the type of rock. Intrusive igneous rock, which are formed inside, under the surface of the earth. Extrusive igneous rocks, which are formed outside, on the surface of the earth. Compaction and cementation. These are the two processes that are involved in formation of sedimentary rock. This is sedimentary rock. We will see how are they formed and what they look like. Metamorphic rock. Erosion is a process. We will see later on what is it. Weathering is also one of the process. Rock cycle. So rocks cannot be destroyed. It is just, change from one form to another. That's why it is called a rock cycle, same like a water cycle. So rocks, they just change from one form to another form. That's rock cycle, and we are going to see how does this rock cycle work. Okay, let's begin with our chapter rocks. So first we will see what are rocks. So most of the earth's, it's covered under the ocean or the land, it is covered by rocks. So what are these rocks? Rocks are made up of one or more minerals. They are part of the earth's crust, and rocks are found everywhere. Some are light, some are heavy, some are shiny, some are dull, and some are porous, or some are waterproof. So there are different types of rocks. Mainly the rocks are classified into three types. So first is igneous rock, sedimentary rock, and metamorphic rock. Again, I will repeat all the three types of rock. The first is igneous rock, second is sedimentary rock, and third is metamorphic rock. Let's begin with how igneous rocks are formed. Igneous rocks are formed when the lava or magma cools. Sometimes magma cools slowly underneath. So they form intrusive igneous rocks, whereas sometimes the lava cools on the surface of the earth, which forms the extrusive igneous rocks. Some of the extrusive igneous rocks are pumice, obsidian, basalt. Before moving to our second type of rock, the formation of second type of rock, that is sedimentary rock, let's see what are these processes: weathering, erosion, and deposition. So weathering breaks down the rocks on the surface of the earth. There are three types of weathering that are caused due to biological, physical, and chemical. So wind and water move these broken particles of rocks from one place to another. That is called erosion. And lastly, these particles are deposited somewhere on the surface of the land or under the ocean or lakes. That is called deposition. And this all three processes are really important in the formation of sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are formed from sediments that are small particles of sands, muds, and organic materials that settle down at the bottom of the water or lands, often lakes or ocean. So sedimentary rocks are formed when sediments accumulate over time and deposits that form layers and layers. And these layers squeeze and consolidate to form a rock. And this type of rock is called a sedimentary rock. Some of the examples of sedimentary rocks are limestone, shale, sandstone. Sedimentary rocks are the rocks in which fossils are found. Since you can see these fossils, since the process of forming sedimentary rocks can preserve the plants and animals' remains, that means the animals and the plants which die years and years ago, it gets trapped under these layers, and the remains of the dead plants and animals as fossils you can see in the sedimentary rocks. So here are a few of the sedimentary rock with fossils. The third type of rock is metamorphic rock. So metamorphism means a huge change. There's a change in the form. That's called metamorphism. So here metamorphic rocks are changed due to extreme heat from the ground and the pressure from the surface. So heat and pressure makes these rocks, which are besides the heat and pressure, to turn or change themselves into a new type of rock that is called metamorphic rock. So igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, they can change from one form to another form. And we are going to see this in our video now, how the rocks are changed from one form to the another form. And this continuous change of the rock is called rock cycle. Let's move on to our rock cycle. All the rocks undergo continuous changes and they do not stay same forever. And this continuously changing of the rocks is known as rock cycle. For example, when the igneous rocks are formed, the igneous rocks can weather and erode due to rain, winds, gravity, and then this sediments, this broken pieces of rocks can be transported and deposited under the lakes, forming the sediments layers of the sediments, and these sediments can compact and compress to form sedimentary rock, and this sedimentary rock can melt due to the high temperature and form the intrusive igneous rocks or igneous rocks. And this igneous rocks again can weather and form sediments to form sedimentary rocks. So this cycles goes on and on. So igneous rocks can form metamorphic or sedimentary rock. Metamorphic rocks can form igneous rocks or sedimentary rock, and sedimentary can form igneous or metamorphic. So each rock can be formed into a new type of rock. So this cycle of rocks changing one form to another form is called rock cycle. We will just see what are the process in this rock cycle. So weathering and erosion, transportation and deposition, sedimentation, compaction and cementation forms sedimentary rock, and this sedimentary rocks, they bury under the Earth's surface, and due to the high temperature and high pressures, they can form a metamorphic rock, and this metamorphic rock can melt and form igneous rocks, can form magma and form the igneous rocks. So this is the rock cycle that keeps on going. There's a list of different kinds of rock under each type of rocks. So first we will just have a look at different types of rocks. We'll just go through the names of the rocks. Metamorphic rocks: gneiss, marble, anthracite, slate, quartzite, schist, limestone, sandstone, shale, dolomite, conglomerate, travertine, granite, pumice, obsidian, rhyolite, basalt, andesite. So these are a few of the different kinds of rocks. If you are really interested in learning more about the types of rocks, you can visit geology.com website where you can find information of different types of rocks. And the study of rocks is called geology, whereas the person who studies rocks is called geologists. So here comes the end of our lesson for today's lesson. I hope you all enjoyed listening and watching me. So after watching this video, you have to complete the task which I have given you. You need to complete the rock cycle as well as your rock journals. For completing your rock journals, you can do it with the help of geology.com. I want you to do the research and find information about different types of rocks. You can choose any kind of rock and come up with the uses and the types. Which type of the rock does it belong to, and information about the type of the rock. Thank you and have a good day.